Rubix Talent Kids.
Hi friends, my name is Nidhish. Today I'll be explaining you the topic direct and inverse proportion. This topic will come for you in CBSE Maths 8th grade. Now let's learn about direct and inverse proportion. First, let's see what is proportion. When two ratios, now A is to B is a ratio and C is to D is a ratio. When these now two ratios are said to be in proportion if the product of the means here. The means this B and C. The means the inner word. Now if you take now here these two are towards the middle. Now these are means. These two are towards the edge. Now these are extremes. Now here, for example, let's take this as 1 is to 2, again is to 1 is to 2. Now here, now here 1 is to 2 is proportional to 2 is to 4. Now here the product of the means 2 into 2 and 1 into 4. 2 into 2 should equal 1 into 4. Now this side we get 4 and this side also we get 4. Now 4 equals 4. Now these two are said to be in proportion. Now here instead of 2, if there was 3, now here 1 is to 2 and here 3 is to 4, then also it won't be in proportion. Now let's see about the two types of proportion, direct and inverse. Friends, first let's learn about direct proportion. Now what does direct proportion mean? Now let's take a value. Now here we write it like this. Now here we take it as like 3 and here let's take it as 10. Now here 3 is to 10. Now which means that direct proportion means that when this 3 increases, the value of 10 will be increased. Now instead of 3 here, if there was 9, then on here it would be 30. Now here it increased by 3 times, that's why here also it increased by 3 times. But in inverse proportion, now 3 is to 10. Now if this increases, this decreases, and if this increases, this decreases. Now here 3 increases, 3 value increases to 9, then 10 value drops, it becomes 2 or 3. Now if 3 value decreases to 1, this 10 value will increase up to 20 or 30. That is inverse proportion. Now let's see where to use direct proportion and inverse proportion. Friends, now let's see a place where we use the direct proportion. By the way, the formula for direct proportion is, the symbol of is proportional to is this one. This symbol is the proportional symbol and here x is proportional to y. Now also here k by y equals to k. Here k means a constant. Now these two are some unknown values. X by y means an unknown value by another unknown value gives a constant as the result. Now here we have to find the value of this x2 which is unknown. Now the method we use in this lesson would be like this. x1 by y1 equals x2 by y2. Now if there are more over here, then it would be, now if there was x3 and y3, then it would be x3 by y3 and so on. Now we will substitute the values. In place of x1 we would get 2 and y1 we would get 20, and this side in the place of x2 we would write, it's not unknown, so x2, in the place of y2 we would write 50 because we have 50 over here. Now we have to simplify this. Now here we transpose the 50 from here to this side. Now then we would get 50 into 2 by 20 equals to x2. 0, 0. Now here we would get 5 equals to x2, meaning the value of x2 would be 5. Now let's see a place where we would use inverse proportion. Friends, now let's see a kind of question where we use inverse proportion. Now here, inverse proportion, this is the way how we write inversely. Now we read it as x is inversely proportional to y, because here we kept 1 by y, meaning it's inversely proportional, and here x into y equals to a constant. Now we have to find the value of x2. It's unknown. Now we have to find the value of that. By the way, here number of workers. Now the workers are building a house. Now if there are like 50 workers, now the amount of hours would taken to complete it would reduce. That is inverse proportion. The number of workers increase, the amount of time taken would all decrease. Now this is a scenario where inverse proportion is used. Now here 20, 40 and 10. Now before we divided them, now we multiplied them. x1 into y1 would be 20 into 40 equals to x2 we don't know, we write again into y2, we would get 10. Now we transpose the 10 to this side, then we would get, then 20 into 40 we would get 800 by 10 equals to x2, 0 and 0, then we would get 80 equals to x2. Now if there are 80 workers, the work will be completed in 10 hours. Now let's see a few more sums on direct and inverse proportion. Friends, here our question is the speed of the car and the time taken. Now there is a certain distance where if you travel at the speed of 60 km per hour, it would take 2 hours. If we travel at the speed of 80 km per hour, we have to find the time taken. Now this is in inverse proportion. The formula would be x1 y1 equals x2 y2. Now here it would be 60 into 2 equals 80 into y2. Now we transpose the 80 to this side, then we would get 60 by 2 into 80. Now 0 0 cancelled, 2 3s, 2 4s, 2 2s, 2 2, 2 1s. Then we would get y. Now we would get the answers 3 by 2. Now we are finding out the time, so 3 by 2 hour equals to y2. 3 by 2 hour means nothing but 1.5 hour. Now if you travel at the speed of 80 km per hour, it would take 1.5 hour to reach that destination. Now let's see another question. Friends, now if you take the map of India or some other place, now for example here is Mumbai and here would be Hyderabad. Now the distance between this point to this point is very small, but it is very large in real life, but here it is very small. That's why here they would give a scale on the map. That scale says that if like 1 centimeter equals 20 kilometers, 1 centimeter equals to 70 kilometers, 1 centimeter equals to 5 kilometers, like that. Now here on the map, from a place to another place, the distance is 1 centimeter and the actual distance is 18 kilometers. Now here we have 72 kilometers. We have to find this value. Now let's see how to find it. Now first, this is in direct proportion, because when the distance in the map increases, the actual distance also increases. Now let's see the process of this sum. Now it is in direct proportion, so x1 by y1 equals to x2 by y2. Now let's substitute the value. We will get 1 by 18 equals to x2 by 72. Then we transpose the 72 to this side. Then we would get 72 by into 1 by 18 equals to x2. We cancel them. Now 4 into 1 equals to x2, which means 4 equals to x2. Now 4 centimeters on a map is 72 kilometers in real life. Now x2 value is 4. Thank you friends, that's today's video. If you like my videos, please like, share and subscribe. And if you have any doubts, keep them in the comment section. And I also hope that this video helps you in understanding direct and inverse proportion. Thank you friends.